I once saw a snake having sex with a vulture, and I thought, it's just business as usual in Washington, D.C. A quote from Jared Kent's In the Days of Yea Are Here, Wake Me Up When They're Over, published 2006, or 2011, excuse me. Corruption in America has become a real problem, and I'm here to inspire you to do something about it. From reading the news, watching the news, and discussing the problems in America with my peers, I have become fed up with the lack of integrity and responsibility in American leadership. The leaders of our country and large businesses have no business being corrupt. I'll discuss with you some of the corruptions in the executive branch and the legislative branch of government, as well as the CEOs of major corporations, and then I'll tell you what you can do about it. Corruption in the executive branch and government has gone on for quite a while, but I'll just hit the Warren G. Harding scandal, in which Teapot Dome was given the rights to an oil company for a bribe. The Watergate scandal with Richard Nixon, in which he was caught spying on the opponents at the Democratic National Convention. And then just recently, people who have been running for president, and Herman Cain and John Edwards, getting in trouble for sexual harassment, being with prostitutions, having affairs from their wives. Also, the presidential spending and use of troops, in my opinion, has become quite a problem as well. Now on to the legislative branch of government, where start off, they pay themselves, or they vote to get pay raises every year, as well as lifetime 6-digit retirement checks every year, 6 digits, for serving 4 years. They also make lots of risky trades involving bills, in which if this business does something for them, they'll put this in this law and make a little bit of cash here. As George Bernard Shaw puts it, a government that steals from Peter to give to Paul will surely have the support of Paul. Now on to the CEOs of major corporations. Of course, everyone's heard of Enron, in which they were committing account fraud and led to their major collapse and loss of 20,000 jobs plus. More recently, the Bank of America, in which they've gone bankrupt and had to get bailed out by the government, while at the same time their CEOs are taking home multi-million-dollar bonuses as well as pensions every year, no matter how good or bad their corporation does. And this isn't only Bank of America, this happens in many companies. Now what you can do about it, you can have your voice be heard. Go and vote, talk to your fellow citizens, blog about it, Facebook about it. If you want something changed, there are there are things that you can do about it. As Antonin Scalia was quoted in a constitutional interpretation speech March 16th of 2005, if you want a law changed or something to happen, persuade your fellow citizens and vote. It will happen. If you want something changed, it can happen. Persuade your fellow citizens and vote. That's how democracy works. Be active. Write your representatives. Educate yourselves on who you're voting for and what you're voting for. Now, corruption in the executive branch has no room being corrupt. It's got to be eliminated. The legislative branch of government has run rampant with corruption. CEOs of businesses have not only failed themselves, their business, but also us. You can do something about it by educating yourselves and having your voice be heard. Otherwise, the system doesn't work. Without you voicing your opinion, you're nothing but sheep to those shepherds. Thank you.